And we will load up his save. Almost his camping. Okay, so I don't know if we should do Dragon's Peak first, which is really good, and I really like it. We can also do so, so, Sure Pass, I think is what it's called. Which leads us actually into I think it's like Stone Prisoner or something like that. Oh hey, there's an ox. I heard it. It's right there. Okay. Anyway, yeah, once you talk to Levy, he leaves your camp, which is fine. It's fine. He's okay. Or we can do, like, ooh, sorry. We can do the Broken Tower, the Broken Circle, and go help the mages, and go get the mages to help us. We can go to Red Cliff, or we can, oh, we can go to the elves. I apologize super much. I'm really tired. Oh, plus there's also Orzammar. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options to do. Honestly, think think I want to have us do. Um, we'll go ahead and do. We'll go help Levy. I mean, it's such a good one, and it's easy to take care of. So we might as well. No, wait. Let's see. Okay. Okay, because you can actually, like, the dog is supposed to be, like, an active member of your party. And I think, I don't know. I don't know if it's helping or harming.
Ugh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
He loves us too, but
A
he's a good
putrid,
boy.
half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
It's the thought that counts, you mean, sir.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
It was a gift.
I just did. I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
She's honest. Okay. Let's go gather our party and Ranger Forest. Tally ho.
Yes.
Like Alistair.
Indeed.
Morgan.
Yes.
Dead. Oh wait, we've got 7 options because we can also do this thing it'll lead us back to Ostergaard, believe it or not. Soldier's Pass, okay. I don't know why I thought there was a weird P in there somewhere. I was like, that's not right. I mean, we went to here from here, so.
And here we are, Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her.
She is
What a
impressive.
fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels.
She's impressive, that's for certain.
It's just teeming with history. Can't you feel it? So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak. Looks like it's seen better days. Better centuries, more like.
Once the wardens flourished, their ranks full, their caliber certain. Now they even accept people like you, Alistair.
Hey.
I do kind of like having Alistair and Morgan in the same party. Because despite the fact that Alistair can be kind of whiny and Morgan is definitely bitchy, they're kind of I mean, she just goes straight for the dig with Morgan.
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the king's advice then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
Whoa, what was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I?
No, that was
You
magic.
saw it too.
It was like a what? A waking dream.
How's that possible? This place truly is haunted.
The world is full of mysteries.
Yes, Warden.
Okay, so. New quest, ancient history. Learn more about the history of Soldier's Peak. You can uncover some of the history at the base of Soldier's Peak. There may be more to learn, and perhaps you should seek it out. Grey Warden Base at Soldier's Peak was built in the middle of the Glory Age, several decades after the Second Blight was ended. Before then, Grey Wardens of Ferelden would take up residence in castles and forts that belonged to generous nobles. Warden Commander Gaspar Asturian Yeah, Spurian. Desired a fortified headquarters where his forces could train and live. He planned that Soldiers Creek would be a city unto itself. The defeat of the Darkspawn and the Archdemon Zaxica was fresh in the minds of the Ferelden people, and many were willing to donate gold to build commander Arsturian's fortress. Soldiers Creek was fully completed in within 10 years, dedicated to the Maker in 934 glory. And that is from the History of Grey Wardens and Ferelden by Brother Generous. Okay, so how like they name stuff is like what age it's in. Like the Dragon Age, like the last age was the Blessed Age, and the Dragon Age became the Dragon Age because it was, I think they were gonna call it Victory, and then there was dragon that was spotted over the Frostback Mountains, where um, near the Battle of Riverdane. Before that, like a couple of years before it, or a couple of days before the battle, actually. So they named it the Dragon Age. Yeah, that worked out so well for them.
I am your destiny!
Carnage I've yet to see.
Okay, and Bless Levy, he actually does follow you through the entire dungeon. He's a pretty good archer.
And so I shall.
Another battle, I see.
Oh, right. Morning, Master.
Delighted.
The occupation was a dark blot on Ferelden's history. Our people, who from time immemorial valued their freedom over all else, were forced to bow to our Elysian rule. The Empire declared our elves property and sold them like cattle. Chevaliers routinely plundered freehold of corn, food, and even women and children in excuse of as taxation. And for 70 years no ransom were held, for the imperial throne had declared our ancient laws a form of treason. King Brandel was one of those who escaped. He tried to organize other fugitive lords to retake their land, but Brandel was neither clever nor persuasive, and the nobles preferred to take their chances alone. Ferelden might still be little more than a territory of the Empire were it not for the fact that his daughter had all the charisma that her royal father lacked. The rebel queen's rule began with a midnight attack on the imperial armory at Lurline. It was swift, successful, and with their pilfered arms the rebels began a campaign against the Arlesians in earnest. But the turning point of the war came when a young freeholder joined the queen's army. The lad, Logain Mactyr, possessed a remarkable talent for strategy and quickly became the favorite advisor of young Prince Merrick. The Queen finally died at the hands of her Legion sympathizers anxious to curry favor with their painted masters, and Merrick took her place as the leader of the rebellion. Logain became Merrick's right hand. Merrick and Logain led the rebels in a new campaign against their Legion oppressors, culminating in the Battle of River Dane, where the last Chevaliers in Denerim were crushed. With the capital once more in the hands of Ferelden's, the battle to free our people was finally over, but the battle to rebuild what had been lost had only just begun. And this is from Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Patrine Chanter Scholar. Like, two of the scholars we'll see quoted very often in the Codex are either Genetivi or Patrick. So, be cool with that.
All right. And so I shall,
So much trash.
as you desire.
Hey, this stuff looks pretty nice, though. You wear it, Morgan. I mean, it's kind of nice. I mean, it looks goofy, but it's nice. So we'll go with it. Now she can turn into a bear.
I await your command.
No. Not when it's our Morgan. No matter how pretty she is. Okay. Fun. Sorry if you heard that. That was my cursor.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up. I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against Darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
Sounds like there's greatness in your blood. King Arlen was a tyrant. I can't believe the king attacked the Grey Wardens. I mean, like, not every Therian king was great. It'd be stupid to think that they were.
Not much is known of King Arland. The War of Succession that followed his death, now that was a piece of work. Lasted nearly a decade, and almost burned Denerim and the palace to the ground. Loads of history was lost, but maybe there's answers to that inside. But I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
No, tell me more. I'm a dwarf. I don't know any human history. I almost said petty squabbles for the throne, but then I think about Balin and I have to change my mind. Not so petty. Well, maybe still is petty, but just not within my purview, I guess. Okay, so let's see. There's a little bit more to do in this room. Alright, so we saw the ghost. This poster reads, on these grounds, virtuous men stood against a tyrant. They stood defiant and stood for freedom, and they died. It's signed by the Grey Warden defenders who were besieged by King Arlen's forces. Read the names of the following. Captain Mello, the Black Ferret, Chair Thrower Lopez, Sir Derek of Arlay, and Jason the Longbow. Alan the Quibbler, Cartography Martyr, David the Silent, Destin the Colorblind, Avenger of the Bovine Brethren. Oh wow, he was an ox. Farrell the Feral, Sir Graham the Untiring, and Jason Sounds the Argonauts. Langley the Nefarious, Lucky Lacuna, Mad Dog Meadows, Matthias the Bloody, McGurk the Vile Priest, Melissa the Magical Malefactor, the Stretched, and Packrack Dirksen, Sergeant Red Morrison, Santos the Silent Scimitar, Vitriolic Eric, Weak-Eyed Santos, and Wellburn the Exhaustive Fire. Well, that's a bunch of weird names, but I like some of them so much. Gives them real personality.
Of course. Take
You're on fire, Alistair. We haven't fought a skeleton before, have we? Or rage demons. Okay. Or arcane horrors. Evidently.
All right. Of course.
We're going to be fighting a lot of mixed bag in here, but mostly it'll be undead stuff or demons. A note.
Delighted.
Okay. Sophia. Arl Ruan and his entire family have been slaughtered, even the children. The Ruan line is no more, and the Arling belongs to the crown for now. Arlen believed Ruan was plotting against him. Ruan criticized the king's spending on a winter scent. That is all. It was an idle word, spoken out of turn. The king goes too far. His brain is filled with madness, and he clings to the crown like a drowning man clutches at straws. Sophia, I beg of you, help us. If nothing is done, more will suffer. Your humble servant, Wolf. Well, I mean, I don't know what happened, but the wolf line is still around present day, so...
As you desire.
Begin the onslaught.
Now this will be a down go.
I honestly love that Zebby is a useful escort. I wish that more were. It's Commander Athlar. Evan the Great Scenario. The Dark Moon. I've never seen one before. Or at least not in a while.
Of course. As you desire. And so I shall. Of course.
A plea from Commander Athlar. The Soldier's Peak is more than we bargained for. There is sinister magic at work here. The men are seeing things and cannot tell nightmares from reality. The fallen return to life to attack again and again, and we are assaulted by dark creatures the likes of which I have never seen. Whoever is responsible is intent on destroying us all. The King's army and the Grey Wardens both. Send help. We cannot last longer. Commander Athlar. think I know who's responsible. It's kind of not clear sometimes with this particular one, like where all the all the sendings come from. It's mostly because the magic here is so the magic here is so potent that the veil between the Fade and the real world is super duper thin. So I mean, if you work a lot of magic in a small and close space, it weakens the veil between the Fade and the real world. Or if a lot of people die, or I think that's generally the real reason. Like, lots of deaths, yada yada yada. Okay.
Delighted. And so I shall.
Oh, more corpses. So from time to time, Codex entries will update itself for different types. Let's see, one random pelvic bone. Archivist book. This book is badly burned. You can make out a word here and there, and then there's This book is badly burned.
The door won't hold, Archivist.
Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by while...
Another one? Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned.
I'm sure that's why it was burned. I mean, let's be honest. If Arlen was as much of a tyrant as he's made out to be, well, he would want any proof of that burn, so he would, not have a bad history. Even though he's not really known much in history, because he was that inspiring. Super weird. Maybe there are other records.
We can only hope.
But yeah, rebellion against the king is awfully, out of place for wardens, considering they kind of rely on the kindness of crowns, basically, to get support that they need. Right? Okay, well, let's just move on. There's a book over here. History of Soldiers Peak 2. As he approached his 60th years, rumors swirled that the corruption in the Warden Commander Asturian's blood was beginning to take its toll. According to reports from that time, the commander experienced terrifying walking dreams and heard his name whispered from the dark corners of Soldiers Peak. It is said that Asturian would spend hours locked up alone in the great hall of the base, muttering to himself, though no one was ever able to make out what he was saying. Many also believe that Asturion began in secret to drop his plans to expand his fortress, adding to it hidden passages and alcoves, all to protect himself from the shadows that pursued him. No one knows whether Asturion was able to complete his project, for his deterioration had become obvious to anyone who spent any amount of time with him. He was quickly replaced by Warden Commander Freya Howwick. Asturion was taken to Orzammar, where he submitted to the calling, the last rite of the Grey Wardens, and went to his death with honor. This is an entry that was done by Brother Janitsky. Okay. Up the stairs. You heard him right. You said, as I desire. Alright. What a pretty and warm inviting fire. Not really. Not very inviting anyway. You can tell that the veil is thin here because you'll see like little sparks from where, like, you can see the veil ripping. Yeah. This looks like a fun hall table to get like drunk at.
Make them pay for every inch, men! Hold the flank! Avernus, we need you!
Nelatep obrasuth sifan net bekon.
Andraste's blood! What?
More Avernus! Whatever it takes!
Keli e ben photos victos.
Press them! Press them now!
No! I command you, fight the king's men!
So much death, suffering, and oh yes, blood. The veil is torn now. Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now. The battle is lost.
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting. The wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it. And my grandmother, she knew.
Well, of course she knew. Wardens don't forbid blood magic, anything it takes to
I
win.
believed that my family was better than that. But answers may lay up ahead.
I mean, like, you went on this whole, like, track for the truth, and you can't, like, the truth is, I mean, desperate. This stuff happens. Blood ring. There are clear signs that this ring was made in the Tevinder Imperium as covenant dragon motifs for one thing, and it gives the wearer anyone who wears it a slightly uneasy feeling for another, but beyond that very little is known about it. Warriors of House Ivo took this ring in the Blessed Age from the hands of a madman, a sepulchre mage who had wandered into the underground and attacked the miners near Orzammar. From there the ring changed hands many times, until its history has been lost and the dwarves no longer remember how it had ever come to their lands. That's interesting. Makes you wonder what the rest of this room was made for. If that was just like the dining, drinking area.
Of course. Delighted. And so I shall. All right.
Alright, here's After Asturian's death, the rumors and theories became increasingly outlandish. One of the more ridiculous rumors told of Asturian's infatuation with an elven princess of Vlor, whom he was trying to resurrect in a secret ritual chamber through the use of blood magic and the priestess's favorite food, raspberry jam. When Commander Warden Frida Halleck launched a thorough investigation into Asturian's secret plans, but was unable to uncover any evidence that anything in Soldier Speak had been changed, Commander Halleck declared that the rumors about Asturian were a slight on his memory, that anyone found repeating them would be harshly punished. The stories were thus silenced. It's raspberry jam in front of an altar dedicated to Andraste. Okay, so we can't go through there. We have to go through here.
Of course. Delighted.
Step no further! Get this annoyance away from me! This one would speak with you.
Who or what are you?
This one is the Dryden, Commander, Sophia. All these things.
Grandmother?
You have slain many of the demon ilk to get here. this one would propose a deal.
So I know you guys may not be able to hear it because I didn't the first time, but with the headphones you can actually hear the demonic voice laced in the background. Okay, I'm afraid your great-great-grandmother's possessed.
That or she's really let herself go. My great-great-grandmother is dead. I don't know what that is.
Is anything of the real Sophia left inside you?
This one has tasted her memories, seen her thoughts and hidden places. But she is food for this one. No more, no less.
I should just do.
What is one woman child compared to your might? Strike me down if my terms offend. A fool this one would be to betray the warden.
Yeah, I've heard enough idea.
Fool!
I don't want to traffic with demons. No good ever comes of that.
Well done, I say. Well done. Delighted.
All this stuff. Okay.
As you desire. And so I shall.
And now we can go upstairs.
Of course.
I'm really tired. I didn't expect to be this tired.
See there? That's a trap. See there? That's a trap. This is more like it. Delighted.
You're drooling and saying some dignity.
Delighted.
And somehow Alistair did not manage to set up any one of those traps. I'm surprised. Okay, I've been at this for an hour and I'm still really tired. Like, I'm still falling asleep, so I don't think I really should be streaming. But I did want to come up here and at least try to get some done. I wasn't expecting to be quite so tired. So what'll happen is I'll pick this up on Saturday night. Since I have some stuff to do Saturday day, but Saturday night I should be okay. Since I've been a little remiss this week. We'll save here and we'll pick this up later. Alright.